Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where today, ladies and gentlemen, if you are lucky enough, well, if you were literally watching this coming straight off of, I bet you still think about me by Taylor Swift. This is the ultimate rebuttal. This is, in my opinion, if I was going to write a song like I Bet You Still Think About Me by Taylor Swift, then you know what? There were two songs technically. One is a song called Thinking of Me by Ollie Murs, which is more of a platonic friendship more thing, and maybe that actually does warrant a mention, because absolutely nobody has ever talked about that for literally 12 years, and it is a very, very good song in itself. But I would do that. I'll let you guys in on it. I mean, Ollie Murs, he came second in the X Factor in 2009. He lost out to Joe McElderry. So it's not like he's completely worthless. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but this is the ultimate answer to this, because this does everything right where a lot of the problems I did feel with Taylor Swift's Bet You Still Think About Me. And I will explain them in very minute details, because this isn't meant to be like a side-by-side comparison, because they do say comparison is the thief of joy. But let me just tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen. I have not listened to the Scorpions in 4 years, and they are one of the for those who don't know who the Scorpions are, they're a hard rock band from Germany who I think they started off in the late 70s, and I don't technically know if they're still, well, they do tours or anything like that. But if you want, like, I'm just gonna get started. I'm not even gonna waste any more time. So if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's begin. Still Loving You in 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, so I'm going to have to change that. It's not even the right version. Oh god, okay, that's a pretty embarrassing start. Okay, so... yeah, okay, let's... That's not the right version either. Okay, so... Oh, that's much better.
Time, it needs time to win back your love again. I will be there. I will be there. Love, only love can bring back your love someday. I will be there. Fight, babe, I fight to win back your love again. I will be there. I will be there.
Bring down the wall someday. I will be there.
Can break down the walls.
I will be there.
If we die the start. I would try to change things that killed our love. Yeah, pride has built a wall so strong that I can't get through. Is there really no chance to start once again? I'm loving you. And try, baby,
I will be
try
there.
to trust in my love.
I will
again.
be
I
there.
will be there. I will be there. Love, our love, should it be thrown away? I will be there. I will be there. If we go again, all the way from the start, I would try to change things that killed our love. Yeah, pride has built a wall so strong that I can't get through. Is there really no chance to start once again?
Away from the start.
If we go again, all the way from the start, I would try to change things that killed our love. Yes, I've heard your pride. Hello, what you've been through. You should give me a chance. This can't be the end. I'm still loving you. I'm still loving you. I'm still loving you. I need your love. I'm still loving you. Still loving you, baby. Still loving you. I need your love. Still loving you. I need your love. I need your love. I need your love. Still loving you.
God damn it, ladies and gentlemen. I know maybe I'm a little bit biased in all this, but my goodness, I still can't get over how brilliant this song is. And again, some people might say it's literally I'm being biased in all this, but it Taylor Swift could I think she could learn like quite a lot from stuff like this. And let me tell you sort of like exactly why, because yes, just like Taylor Swift, this really did mean a lot to Klaus Meine and Rudolf Schirker. And I'll tell you why I think this works in something like I Bet You're Still Thinking About Me doesn't, is because it's the exact same length, but it's like almost a third of the word count. And some people might say that that's like kind of flimsy and stuff like that, but who's to say that, you know what, you can't say more by actually saying less? You know what? Because let's think about this. Let me just open up Taylor Swift again. Not a euphemism, by the way. Now, if we really want to like go into like the anal details of stuff like this, then let's start with the title, "Still Loving You." The Scorpions don't need to put like "I" or "I am still loving you," or "I do still love you." It's kind of like, some might say it's a little bit maybe less personal, but who's to say that just saying "still loving you" is not personal? Who's to say that you can't just say at the very, like, almost at the very end of a line, just like how the Scorpions do at the very end of the song, it ends with a "still loving you." It's almost like you go through all this and you find out that despite everything, I still love you, or "I'm still loving you." I think that's about just as effective and stuff like that. And that's just the title of the song. And then we get to Taylor Swift's I Bet You Think About Me. It's trying to make no mistake that this is meant to be talking about Taylor Swift by the use of "I," and then it's directly talking to somebody else with the use of "you," and then Taylor Swift goes to a singular pronoun by using "me," that's in the same title. It's using two singular pronouns, "I" and "me." So it's like, "I look at me." I look at me. That's kind of almost what it says. If I'm being completely fair and honest, it's like Taylor Swift wants you to know about her, and it revolves a lot around Taylor. And considering we know the context of the song, but going back to the Scorpions as well. Can you tell me there is anything out here that can point to, Rudolph or to Klaus? Can you tell me there's anything in the song that actually lets you know that Klaus or Rudolph, like there's any indication that this is meant to be about like a love affair or something breaking apart or anything like that? Is there anything about the song that actually tells you who they are specifically talking about? No, but you might be saying, and you're actually right to say this, that there's nothing in Taylor Swift's song either. The problem is that I think, again, there's so much to unpack in stuff like "I Bet You're Still Thinking About Me," I bet you think about me. When it goes into details about "I try to fit in with your upper class," or it gives us like context. But again, with the absence of names in that, the trying to talk about context in a song like that's quite difficult, because we need to, like, if you're not gonna say who it is, then people are just gonna say that, you know what, it was his fault. "Still Loving You" seems to be a little bit more of a responsible sort of idea, because this talks about how, well, let's just go through "Still Loving You" as well. Now, if we'd go again all the way from the start, I would try to change the things that killed our love. So it goes into how he's gonna, he wants to do better, because it gives you a hint that it was something maybe he did. And maybe "Still Loving You" is just an indication right there that no matter what has happened in the past, present, the feelings have not technically changed. And again, maybe he tries to like say that he has gone out of his way to try, because again then goes to, your pride has built a wall so strong that I can't get through. Is there really no chance to start once again? I'm still loving you. So you could argue again what this guy did was so bad that it gave her such a teak tough hide. No, not a euphemism, by the way. To say, you know what, screw you, I'm better off alone. But this isn't a case of, and again, maybe it's because there's so little lack of context, it gives you an idea that anything could have happened. Maybe it doesn't have to do with wealth or background or, anything like that. Or, because, again, I'm reminded of, you laughed at my dreams and my my jokes in Taylor Swift's one. First of all, I laughed at your jokes. Well, aren't jokes meant to be laughed at? Why has Taylor Swift got a problem with someone laughing at her own jokes? If somebody laughed at my jokes, I would have an issue, because I don't think my jokes are funny. Again, also, don't ever trust a comedian who laughs at his own jokes. You heard it from me. But again, but getting back on track just for a second, it's, again, because we don't know anything about what's gone on, you can draw your own conclusions. And I think that's actually, that is way more effective in songwriting than you possibly might suspect. For instance, Master of Puppets. It's people recognize that as being a song very famous about drug addiction. But in some ways, could you not also say it could be a song about addiction generally, for that matter? Could it not be about, somebody being addicted to prostitution, for example? Come crawling faster, obey your master. So you could almost like picture sort of like something very symbolic of a guy crawling on all knees before maybe a dominatrix or something like that. Is it not? Can you not draw that sort of conclusion? And that's, I think personally, you sort of can with the way it's written. Maybe some lines like "chop your breakfast on a mirror" does not necessarily seem. But then again, you could say that could be a metaphor for like swallowing pride, possibly. But again, that's my interpretation, and interpretations are excellent things because you're able to sort of like, you've interpreted something and then you've decided to draw a conclusion based on what you think about a certain thing. And I think, and that has led to people writing countless songs, ballads, poems, classics, sonnets, plays, movies, TV shows, books, radio dramas, radio game shows, and messages to the future. That has inspired so much in the world. I bet you're thinking about me, because there is some level of like context about exactly what went wrong, is that it limits your interpretation a little bit. It kind of sounds like Taylor Swift didn't really write a song to like, well, but mind you, with that being said, it's a really well composed song anyway, and like I said, it won a Grammy Award for like, for what it did. But does that technically make it better because of that fact? I don't think it does. Personally, I don't. But then again, I'm not a songwriter, but I do know what I like, and not to mention, I love when it goes to the breakdown again into the chorus. If we'd go again all the way from the start, and then it picks up, and that's kind of something that Taylor Swift's song doesn't really do. It picks up the pace, it tries things different, and then it literally goes straight to the end where it says, "Oh, yes, I've heard your pride. I know what you've been through. You should give me a chance. This can't be the end." This is acknowledgement. He understands what he's done wrong, and he makes one last plea by saying, "I'm still loving you, and I need your love." So perhaps for one reason or another, that's maybe exactly what the whole point was. Is that it's absolutely. Oh, and actually, ironically, I just went through the section here to the about section. So I suppose really to like nail this in the bud, we'll do both. Let's do Taylor's first, just out of interest. In "I Bet You Think About Me," Taylor confronts her ex that now that she was able to move on. Okay, so maybe again that's something it could have led to some things about Swift's, not being able to move on. So again, I think that is really important, and moving on seems more capable. And I think that again, that maybe it does contextualize things a bit more and stuff like that. But it doesn't really contextualize the fact that how does Taylor know that her ex misses her? That's the only thing. Used in an angry and disappointed tone, Taylor puts the blame on her lover for leaving for superficial reasons, which included differences in background and upbringing. Well, again, maybe it's just an ass, but there you go. The subject of the song is probably Jake Gyllenhaal, who Taylor dated back in 2010. Okay, so there we are. Although Taylor was brought up in Pennsylvania on her family's farm before moving to Tennessee as she grew older, Jake was born to a film producer and screenwriter with an entirely different upbringing from Taylor. The song was initially teased with the Vault track video Taylor posted in Hint to the Vaults for her re-recorded... let's just do it. In the music video, Swift portrays herself as her ex's vision of her on his wedding day. But again, that's her ex visions of her. That maybe it's because I don't know for certain, but yeah, okay, whatever. Her ex, who is impersonated by Miles Teller, keeps seeing Swift and the color red, an indication that he is still thinking about her. Well, then again, they do say red is a symbol of danger, but who am I know? I only did English literature at A level. Even on his wedding day, as he dances while she wears in a wedding dress, his world turns to the colour red and he realises she is not real, and that she is the embodiment of his recurrent thoughts about her. It's interesting to point out the music video was co-written and produced by Blake Lively, one of Swift's best friends. The music video has several Easter eggs, but most notably the cake, Red's promotional... Okay, so yeah, that doesn't really say much again, aside from the fact that it's speculation about how this guy may feel or think. It's not fact. It's all I want to say. Now let's again go to the Scorpions. This is a very emotional song of love and pain and wishing for another chance. In our interview with Scorpions guitarist Rudolf Schechner, he explained, "I came up with the compositions, melody and everything. It took about 6 years of trying to get the song somehow on the album. Matthias Jabs came in with the guitar part and the feeling was immediately right, so Klaus noticed it was right. Therefore, he wanted to write something very special. He told me about how one day he went into the fields in the snow and it was that he came up with the lyrics. He came back home and threw them down, and here we are. It's a story about a love affair where they recognized it may be over. But let's try again. It's the old story, always the old story. I mean, what can we use? We can't reinvent the wheel. What we always do is say something which has already been said many times in our own way." This was written in crescendo, a calm acoustic start followed by a power chords as Klaus Meine sings in a voice full of pain. This song hits the charts all over the world, but it was especially popular in France, where it went to number 1. In fact, it was so popular that it may have increased the population of the country, Rudolf Schechner told us. The Song of Love created a baby boom in France, but we didn't believe it either, We were on a TV show in France between recordings, and the host, a very famous guy that interviews us each year, goes, "Hey guys, you know that you are responsible for the baby boom in '85? We were laughing like crazy, and yes, it's being measured by the government. It's unbelievable, I tell you." So, you know what? There we go. The entire nation of France versus Taylor Swift assuming this is what her ex is going to tell her, or thinks internally and stuff like that. And interestingly enough, again, has Taylor Swift actually said anything about the song itself? Like, did she go on TV and explained about the song, or is it just sort of how it is? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, and I think I kind of almost want to leave it there because I think these two videos have been going on for nearly an hour anyway. But yeah, personally, ladies and gentlemen, I still love Scorpions because I think it's very, very special. And again, if you heard what Rudolph said, Klaus literally just went out for a walk and he came up with it. It wasn't really based on anything pre-existing, not like any other sort of thing. Which, again, maybe it's a bit less personal, stuff like that. But then again, Klaus wanted to write something special for Rudolph for the music to be played with. So, and again, it's not really about what's better or what's worse. It's just me saying I prefer it for these reasons and I dislike the other one because of the reasons it listed. And that's not to say either songs are bad. It's just, that's just sort of how it is. And yeah, this will be fun to listen to. So anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this reaction video. There's sort of like two-parter, really. And please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Still Loving You by the Scorpions. Please make sure to also like and subscribe to get daily notifications on when my videos come out. And I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Taylor Swift fans, please do not kill me. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.